too much caffeine, too many deadlines, the stresses of modern life can often make it difficult to get a good night's sleep. Waking up and feeling a bit groggy in the morning isn't the best way to start the day, but the consequences can be even more far-reaching than that. Research from RAND Europe estimates that sleep-deprived workers are costing the US economy more than $410 billion a year. I'm joined by Dr. Stephen MacGregor, who's an expert on executive health and business performance, and he joins me now. Doctor, thanks so much for joining us. The figures show that those sleeping less than 6 hours a night are 13% more likely to die younger than other people. Does that mean I'm dead tomorrow?
It is certainly scary. You know, there is a real health imperative for sleep and getting more sleep, at least 7 hours anyway. But there is a real business case for it also. And I think, you know, there's a real, you know, it's a real professional business skill. You're not going to put it on your CV anytime soon, but it does have the potential to really transform your business performance. How?
How does it change things?
The big thing that research shows is basically the type of work that we're doing more and more in today's business world. You know, routine thinking isn't affected by even severe sleep deprivation. So if you're doing the same things each and every day, following the same processes, but we do much more than that. We do a type of thinking called executive function or executive thinking. And it's that higher order thinking, not exclusive to people in business, but which includes things like creativity, problem solving, planning, which is severely affected by even just slight sleep deprivation.
So do you think businesses are now taking this a bit more seriously and thinking about the work-life balance of people who work for them?
Absolutely, and I think it even goes beyond work-life balance. You know, they're really looking at the economics, as the RAND report demonstrated, into sleep deprivation for the workforce.
Does that mean letting workers sleep at work?
It could do. It could do. I mean, even, you know, companies traditionally known for kind of hard business cultures, you know, McKinsey, Accenture, are really taking this seriously. You know, installing, for example, nap rooms, nap pods within the workplace. And that could go to solving part of it. But the big thing, I think, is culture. And I think, you know, training programs are great, you know, nap rooms are great, but how are the senior leaders within the organisation, how are they behaving? Because people in the enterprise, they look at the senior leaders and they want to aspire to be them in the future. So they're thinking if they're going about severely sleep deprived, sending emails on the weekend, and quite clearly not paying attention to the importance of sleep, then they won't do it either.
What kind of role do you think things like artificial lighting, computers, laptops, telephones, what do you think they have on our sleep patterns?
Yeah, it can make a big difference. So essentially we need to pay attention more to our light and dark cycles. You know, technology revolution, we're in a 24/7 world. We're always online, potentially.
What's a light and dark cycle?
So basically, you know, we've evolved through thousands of years being asleep at night and awake during the day when the sun was shining. But now what we do within the workplace, we're inside most of the day. And even with a bright light, it's not even near the light intensity of the sun, even outside on a cloudy day. And then the opposite is also true. When we get towards the end of the day, we have too much light that we expose essentially we have a gland between our eyes, which is a light receptor. And when it becomes dark, then that gland emits melatonin, which is a sleep hormone. So if we're checking our email at night, or we're, you know, too much light at home, we're basically telling our brains that it's during the day. And
what if you put your phone on night shift? Does that make a difference?
It can help. It can help. And anyway, I think there's been a lot of attention in the blue light on mobile devices the last couple of years. You can have night shift. You can have apps, different apps. F-Lux has been quite a standard one the last couple of years. But just generally speaking, can you dim the lights at home and just think about, you know, reducing the intensity of light at night?
Yeah, that's a good idea. Okay, Dr. MacGregor, thank you so much for joining us here on Business Live.